The last thing we need to talk about for polynomial arithmetic is mixed operations. What happens when they're mixed and creatively worded? So we have this question. It says, if C equals G minus 3F, find the trinomial that represents C when F is equal to that polynomial and G is equal to that. So the first thing we have to do for this question is make our substitutions. So C is equal to G. So what is my G? That entire expression, 3x squared plus 4, minus 3 times f, which is that entire expression. So now we see here that there is a minus 3 on the outside of this parentheses. So what I'm going to do is the same thing that I do with subtraction. I'm going to distribute the minus and the 3 to all three terms. So that gives me a minus 6x squared minus 18x plus 15. And to that, we're going to add 3x squared plus 4. So now we combine our like terms. So we got our x squared term. So it's a 3 minus 6. That's minus 3x squared. There are no other x terms, so I bring that down with me. And then my constant terms, plus 4 plus 15 gives me a plus 19, giving this as my final answer. Okay, and last but not least, one last mixed operation question. It says, when 2x minus 3 squared is subtracted from 5x, the result is, and it's expected that my answer is going to be in standard form. So first we should write out the question, right? 2x minus 3 squared is subtracted from. So again, remember, we have that from word again, which means that 5x squared is first. Then we have subtracting 2x minus 3 squared. Now, the one thing you want to remember when you have these mixed operations is that you want to follow PEMDAS, okay? Now, parentheses in terms of PEMDAS means simplifying whatever is inside my parentheses by combining like terms, if I can. There is nothing to simplify here, so we can move on to the next, which is exponent. So we do want to take care of that exponent before we move on to any subtraction or multiplication. So remember, squared cannot be distributed when there is a minus sign. So this is really saying 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3, which needs to be either FOILed or box method. So I'm going to FOIL it and get 4x squared minus 6x minus 6x plus 9, and combine my like terms, 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Now remember, all of this is happening after that minus sign, so this has to have the minus sign out in front of it, because it's the whole thing being subtracted from 5x squared, which means now after I do my exponent, I have to take care of my multiplication or my division. Well, we know that this is like having a coefficient, which is multiplication, of -1, so that would be the next operation that I do. So minus 4x squared plus 12x minus 9. And last but not least, addition and subtraction, aka combining our like terms. So I have 1x squared, right, 5 minus 4,